Hey, what's going on everybody? My name is Zach, but you guys can call me Hazardous. Thank you so much for tuning back into my channel and welcome back to another Red Dead Redemption 2 video here on the channel today. And in today's video, it's Q&A Saturday, guys. So thank you for tuning back in. Thank you for 8,700 subscribers. We hit that today on the channel. These milestones are going by so fast. We're approaching 10K really quickly. So if you guys want to help me out and support me further, drop a like if you enjoyed this video and also subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and like all the daily Red Dead Redemption 2 videos I upload here on the channel. For those of you guys who have been subscribed for a while, you guys know today is Q&A Saturday, where every Saturday I upload a Q&A video. If you guys want to have a chance to have your questions featured, either drop them in the comments section below. The top voted comments will be featured, and also on Twitter I tweet out a day early that I'm doing the Q&A and I'm recording it. So if you guys want to follow me on Twitter and keep up to date on there, that's a great way to keep up to date with me. But if you guys want to ask your questions on there, just be sure to use hashtag Hazard Q&A to have a chance to be featured. So without further ado, let's just jump into this and let's start with the first Q&A question of episode number 4. So the first question comes from Banana Guy 2313, and he says, do you think fist fighting will improve in Red Dead Redemption 2, and can you kill them easier with fists? Great question, Banana Guy. I definitely think fist fighting will be improved. It seems that Rockstar improves fist fighting and the fighting mechanics and techniques in their games every single time they release a new game. The step up from GTA 4 to Red Dead Redemption 1 was a big step up in the fighting system, and then from Red Dead Redemption to LA Noire, I really like the fist fighting in LA Noire. It seemed a little bit like structured, or like too structured, and wasn't as free flowing as Red Dead Redemption or GTA 4, but it was still very, very fluid. And then Max Payne, there wasn't much fist fighting in that at all, actually. And then GTA 5 also has some good fist fights, but I think GTA 4 honestly is still some of the best. But yes, I think fist fighting will improve in Red Dead Redemption 2. And I don't know, like, kill people easier with fists. I feel like you'll still be able to knock people out, but I don't think killing people will be as easy as it was. I think you'll still need to finish them off with shoving their foot on their face or something like that. But yeah, great question, Banana Guy. The second question comes from Clutch Shepherd, and he says, is there going to be AI children? That's a good question, Clutch Shepherd, so thank you for asking that. So Rockstar, if you guys didn't know, Rockstar is going to be focusing on the AI in this game. They've been developing the AI for 8 years, and so that's going to be a big part of the game. But as for AI children, I don't know if we're going to see them. Rockstar typically isn't the company that puts children in their game. Who knows, that could change with Red Dead Redemption 2, but it's highly, highly unlikely. I'll just say that right now. I feel like it's just too controversial for them. They just don't want to get involved in that stuff. And even though their game parodies like real life things, and they have a lot of controversies and a lot of things that they get sued over, I just feel like they're not the types of people to put children in their games. Maybe it's not for the sake of, what you could do to the children. You'll in Red Dead Redemption, you'll be able to like kidnap them and slit their throats and stuff. I don't think that's why they don't put them in. I think they just do it because it's an additional level of the game that they just don't want to add. But great question nonetheless. Red Carlos asks, do you think you will see an older or a younger Jack Marston in Red Dead Redemption 2? Well, I can tell you that we definitely won't see an older Jack Marston, because Jack was around like 16 when Red Dead Redemption 1 was a thing, and that was in 1911. So Jack, if we're gonna see him with John Marston, he's gonna be very young. He's either gonna be like a newborn baby or he's gonna be a couple years old. He's gonna be a small kid. That's a good question though, because he may make an appearance in a cutscene where John's like, taking care of him or something, but I don't think he's gonna play a major part in the story, and he definitely won't be an older Jack Marston. If we see Jack Marston in Red Dead Redemption 2, he's going to be younger. He's gonna be either 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, or 6, or something like that. He was like a young teenager when you played as John Marston in Red Dead Redemption, and then 3 years later when he took over as Jack, as a character, he was like 20. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on here. I don't think we'll see an older one, but we may see a younger one. There's a good chance we will. Great question. Question number 4 comes from AwesomeTube HD. He says, I pre-ordered Red Dead Redemption 2 and I'm getting a horse. If the horse dies, is that it? Do I lose the horse or not? So I think I covered this in a previous Q&A. I forget if it was episode 1 or 2, but I basically talked about that and like what happens to the pre-order horse. You won't lose it permanently, I don't think, even though what's going on is that you form a relationship with your horse, and if you lose the horse, that's kind of it. You need to build up a rapport with another horse. But I feel like for a pre-order edition and a special edition bonus that you get, they can't just take it away, because what if you used it and the first mission you took it on, it got shot and killed? That would be really unfair, and they would be cheating you out of money. So I think what's going to happen is that the horse is going to die, and whatever progress you built up with that horse is gone, but you'll still be able to get the same horse back. You'll just need to build up your relationship with it again. I feel like that would be a way of them kind of handling that. But yeah, great question, AwesomeTube HD, because I know know a lot of people are afraid of losing out on their like pre-order DLCs and little pre-order treats when they pre-order Red Dead Redemption 2. Question number 5 comes from Drew Benoit, and he says, do you think it will be cool if they made an Undead Nightmare 2 with the story being about Zombie John trying to get the mask back from Seth so he can finally rest? To be honest, I kind of forgot what the Undead Nightmare story was about. I know John Marston was trying to figure out the source of the zombie outbreak, etc., and then it became a zombie at the end. Maybe it had something to do with a mask. I honestly forget, but I can definitely tell you that I think it would be really cool if they made an Undead Nightmare 2. I think they really need to, since Strauss Zelnick says that single player DLCs for their games aren't totally out of the question. There's a chance we could see an Undead Nightmare 2. Minimally, they need to add an Undead Nightmare mode to online, like a zombie survival outbreak thing, just because similar to like Nazi zombies in Call of Duty, because it's just so fun to like, you know, survive with the old weapons and build a, you know, post up in a house and try and survive the zombie apocalypse. That game mode was Undead Overrun in Undead Nightmare DLC of Red Dead Redemption. It was super fun, and I hope we see something like that as well. Great question. Question number 6 comes from Durag Big Mag, and he says, do you think we'll get Thieves Landing in Red Dead Redemption 2 and they'll break up the bridge so we can only get to one part of it? So what's confirmed on that leaked map so far is that we can get to play in West Elizabeth, but we can't get to Thieves Landing. It's like literally right across the river. And I've talked about this too, is that how are people going to like be prevented from accessing the rest of the map? And there's a few theories I have. One is that there won't be any way and they'll just like block it off somehow. And even though that wouldn't make sense, they'll block it off with like you know, it's just open space, it's a mountain, it's something. I know it wouldn't make sense in the Red Dead universe, but that would be one way, the easiest way. The other way is to allow access to the rest of the map so we can go explore New Austin and Mexico and those sections that we saw in Red Dead Redemption. And then the third option is that just making that stretch of water big enough, because if you guys remember by the West Elizabeth Plains, the Great Plains in West Elizabeth, and then New Austin by like Hennigan Stead, there was that big valley with the river that ran through it. But the part you're mentioning, Durag, is by Thieves Landing, and that spot, there's like a small just bridge that crosses over a stream, and that's what divides West Elizabeth from Thieves Landing. And so that's a good point. How are they going to prevent us from going there? I feel like we'll have to have access to it in some way. But yeah, I don't know, man. That's a really good question. I hope we see Thieves Landing. I really think we're going to see the whole entire Red Dead Redemption 1 map make a return, but we'll see, guys. We will see. Great question, Durag. Question number 7 comes from Pachuk01 Diaz. He says, I don't know, this is kind of crazy, but do you think there will ever have Pegasus in online at one point? And no, I don't think that's a crazy question. I don't think that we will see Pegasus in online, but we could see some type of horse or weapons concierge service in online, if that makes sense. So we won't have Pegasus, but we could have, you know, like a carrier pigeon that would, you know, that would be like the calling system, right? You call Pegasus to order your helicopter in GTA Online. But in Red Dead Redemption 2, there's no cell phones or just phones in that matter. So maybe you send a wire to someone, or you have like a little carrier pigeon and you like attach a little note to it and you send it on its way. So I know that sounds kind of cheesy. I feel like there will be some type of vehicle, horse, or weapons delivery system though. So maybe it's not going to act like Pegasus where you call it in, you meet the horse or whatever at a certain location, but maybe you can get weapons shipments shipped to your camp, or you can get different horses shipped to your camp. Like, you know, a bunch of rustlers ride in with stolen horses that they give to you and the rest of the people in your gang. I feel like that's what we can see, but that's a great question, Diaz. Question number 8 comes from the Altair 101, and he says, do you think that cheat codes will make a return the same way they were in Red Dead Redemption? And to be honest, I wasn't familiar with the Red Dead Redemption cheat codes. I honestly didn't even know there was cheat codes. I know that people had a lot of mods for Red Dead Redemption, but I hope we see a return of cheat codes. Yes, I think that the GTA 5 cheat codes didn't change very much from the GTA 4 cheat codes. They just added more and then they kept the old ones. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that was a good way of doing about it, and I think they should keep cheat codes the same in Red Dead Redemption 2. I don't know what they were in Red Dead Redemption, but I bet they were pretty cool. That's a great question, Alter. Question number 9, something similar from Igor Doval. He says, what kind of cheats and codes do you think it's going to be available in Red Dead Redemption 2? And so I think we're going to see like unlimited ammo, unlimited health, God mode, free mode, explore, where like you just go into like a free cam and go around the map or something like that. But I'd like to see some other cool cheat codes, like you know, turning your character into a zombie and different things like that. Of course, this will all be available in single player, and you'll need to unlock them through like peyote plants or weed farms or whatever, you know, kind of something similar that was in GTA 5. I know that's not really helpful to explain, but I think that's what we'll see, and that's kind of what I want to see in terms of cheat codes in regards to Red Dead Redemption 2. I don't want anything in online, definitely. Of course, people are going to be modding it, but yeah, great question, Igor. Q&A episode 4, question number 10 comes from Killatub, and he says, do you think you are going to be able to customize your weapons camo and fully upgrade your weapons like in GTA 5. And yes, I think we will. I think if Rockstar didn't do that, they would be taking a step in the wrong direction and wouldn't be going towards kind of what they built up with GTA 5. But I do think we're going to be able to customize our weapons camo, and we can also fully upgrade our weapons like in GTA 5. I don't think there's going to be as many customization options in terms of camos and upgrades. Like we can't put, you know, crazy suppressors on our guns because there weren't really any suppressors in 1899. We can't put like, you know, crazy extended mags, or we're going to have grenade launchers or anything like that. But we will be able to put some camos, I think, on our weapons, you know, a green woodland camo, a desert camo, a blue camo for the water, or something like that. I think that would just make the game fun, even though it's not entirely realistic to the time period. I think it would be nice to have some sort of customization options for weapons. And we can also change our weapons, I'm sure, and like, you know, take out the wooden stock and put on a metal stock on our hunting rifle and things like that, like small little adjustments. So yes, Kilotub, I do think we'll be able to customize our weapons camos and fully upgrade our weapons. Great question. Question number 11 comes from Lance the Wolf, and he says, what about gore in the game? Now, I made a video on this titled Red Dead Redemption 2 Executions, and YouTube demonetized it, so they didn't promote it much at all, and it barely has over 1,000 views to this date. So if you guys want to do me a favor, check out that video. It's linked in my Red Dead Redemption 2 playlist. So if you guys want to see just Red Dead Redemption 2 videos in general, check out the Red Dead Redemption 2 and RDR2 playlist, where it has all my 50 uploads of Red Dead Redemption so far. But check out the Executions playlist, or the Executions video as well. We talked about like gore and things like that in it, and that's kind of related. So Lance, I do think the gore is going to be pretty good. I think it's going to be kind of as cool as Red Dead Redemption 1, how sometimes you would, you know, if you were able to sneak up behind someone or get close to someone in front of them, if you hit the trigger, you wouldn't just hit them or shoot them. It would like break into like a small little cutscene at like a tilted Dutch angle, and you'd like shoot them like uppercut, like up through the bottom of the head, up to the top of their face, and you'd like completely blow their head off. That was so cool. That was an execution system in the game, and I hope we see something similar like that in Red Dead Redemption 2. If you guys know The Last of Us, that's kind of the inspiration I was drawing for the video. I would want to see The Last of Us style executions. Just type in like The Last of Us all executions. It's totally gory and over the top, but it's great, and I think we should see something like that in Red Dead Redemption 2 as well. So I think the gore is going to be pretty over the top. I don't think anyone's going to be losing limbs except if someone loses one in a cutscene or something like that. I don't think there's going to be any gibbing going on, but I do think the gore is going to be pretty awesome. It seems like in some of these screenshots you could see bullet holes in people's clothes already, so the attention to detail is out there, and it's going to be fantastic. I cannot wait. That does it with all of the questions in today's Q&A, guys. If you guys want to have a chance to have your questions featured for episode 5 or next week's Q&A, just leave your questions in the comment section down below. Remember, the top rated and the top voted and most upvoted comments will be featured, as well as on Twitter. If you ask them, just be sure to use hashtag HazardQA. I usually post a tweet out like a day before this Q&A goes live, so definitely follow me on Twitter for more Red Dead Redemption 2 information as well. A lot of cool stuff coming to the channel. Thank you so much for 8,700 subscribers. Tomorrow's video, guys, is the classic Red Dead Redemption 2 podcast I do with Iru399 and Red Dead 2 videos. We're back with episode number 4, so it's going to be great. I hope we all have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you are new, and I will see you guys in the next Red Dead Redemption 2 video. Adios, amigos.